welcome. Wayward gamers, welcome to the Emporium. I am Jay, your GM of GM, also known as Neopet 3, sometimes known as the GM of Fun, something else, who knows. But we are here today for some Star Wars Shadowport Adventures Luck of the Draw. It has been a while since we've been able to play, but we are back with some more episodes, and I believe we are in episode 10 or 11. So we are on 11. Yes, this is episode 11. So we are starting a new chapter or arc, so to speak, in this wonderful game that we have with all these wonderful and talented people, which we're going to go around and introduce because some of you may have forgotten. Some of you may have just seen us last week because of the VODs. Who knows? But we're here. So we're starting off. Bill, sir, how are you doing and who are you playing?
I am doing amazing. Oh my God, I'm so excited to be back on the ship, back with this crew. I'm playing that guy, Cheers Starfall, a young, happy-go-lucky boy learning an awful lot about how things really are out here in the Outer Rim. Human pilot, and looking forward to getting right back into it.
Yep. We should get into a lot interesting backstory on that one too. Thank you, Bill. You'll notice that one of our players is missing. Jim, also known as Hawkmere1, playing Clicky, our gunslinging Jawa. He is currently busy and will be busy for a short period of time, but we will look forward to having him back when he can join us. Which leads us to Emily. Welcome. Good to see you again. And how are you doing?
I'm really excited. It's good to be back playing Linu. We'll see what trouble we get into and where Linu's morals end up on this whole thing.
Yeah, morals or just the group's dynamic of good, bad, desperate.
Much like Kier,
yeah.
Linu is also young and learning what it means to take care of things. For better or worse.
We may have had some character trauma in one of the previous episodes that we're still working through and understanding and coming to grips with, but it's all good. All good. Thank you, Emily. Adam, sir, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm good. How is everybody? I am Adam. I am playing Shiloh Din, the not so naive but very anxious Togruta medic. Uh, Hello, and I'm very excited to be back. It has been too long.
Yes, welcome back. Yes, there was some interesting processes of assistance and learning what the group's dynamic is and kind of
Yeah,
fitting in.
yeah. They're a little weird, and I think that's an understatement. A little quirky, a little too free to just do whatever they feel like. I feel like they do not have a healthy dose of anxiety.
And consequences, what are consequences
What
in
are?
this game?
Yeah.
A really
Consequent,
long, difficult to spell word. That's what consequences
right?
are.
Yeah,
Consequences are for people who get caught.
yeah.
That's
Consequences are
very
why you
true.
have a doctor on board.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Adam, for being
Right.
here. Last but never least, Kurt, how are you doing, sir? And welcome.
I'm doing all right. Hi, everybody. I am playing Chaff, our resident guy who knows a guy who talks a big game, can sometimes back it up, but most importantly, he's the reason that Shiloh sticks around.
What? No.
Shiloh just wants to see him back it up a different way.
Just when he takes off his shirt, it's just a little distracting.
Somehow we keep managing to have to move past one another in very tight, confined hallways.
Yeah, and the ship always like bumps at that point. It's really,
Yeah.
it's really
Even
weird.
though Lino has assured me that the stabilizers are fine, and there's no reason whatsoever that keeps happening.
Really? Oh, that no.
It's amazing what just like 5 or 6 rocket launches will buy
right?
you. Yeah, like.
And then there was that
I'm just watching where everybody is on the ship.
And then there was that long Peter Bike drive back from Mos Espa.
It
That
was.
will be on Patreon if you would like.
Shadowport Night.
um, well,
Dear Shadowport Adventures, I never thought it would happen to me.
by night.
Oh God.
That's those stories are not recorded for streaming. We're played, not recorded.
Right.
Thank you everyone for joining us. We are playing at some Star Wars Edge of the Empire RPG here, and some dice. Our dice box there, which hopefully is going to be rolling with some of the dice. And if you're wanting to learn as we go, please stay tuned. Watch the dice, and we have a little bit of a light rule or rules light aspect. We look for more of the story, but you know what? We're here to have some fun. With that, we also want to thank our wonderful affiliates and friends at Talon and Claw and Smugglers. If you haven't looked at their wonderful pieces of wood and artwork and just general products, check out both of them. In the chat, you're going to see them pop up and the links to go there. Again, please, if you like what we're doing here, support us. We're always here to have some fun, but it's hard to make a channel. So if you would like to be kind, please feel free to support us. We appreciate you by subscribing and checking out our VODs at our YouTube channel. But enough of all that. Let us get back into the story as we do a little bit of a recap. Where we left off, the crew just recently, not too long ago, acquired this wonderful new piece of this equipment, the ship. It's now their home. They've modified it. They chose from one of Raxel's many different ships that he had available. And now that they've started modifying it and getting it tuned up, and then they had their first mission with it to go get some supplies and a gonk droid. They were looking for a courier. It turned out to be a gonk droid, and brought him back safely, no issues. There was some, split the party, and someone was watching them, and there's a little bit of a tense moment or two, but it all worked out in the end. It may or may not be related to the incident that happened at Mashuda about a week earlier, that a robbery gone wrong that was been investigated. And as we start to recap, and the cameras roll as in the underground hidden hangar outside of Mashuda in the Black Valley moisture farms, where Raxel is based out of on Tatooine. You find the ship, and in the hangar, the morning kind of goes off, and you hear the beeping of Snips, the green droid that you helped save, who's now the best friend and co-partner of Raxel. There's a great bond that has happened between them, and they're doing a whole bunch of stuff. And you can hear Snips start speaking out, like saying, "Hey guys, when you're waking, we got some stuff for you." And Raxel sitting down, and in there's a nice little table with some food and some breakfast on it. Raxel is a Baskel, so he's got the forearms, has coveralls on, kind of a little greasy from working on some stuff, and he's setting out some plates and some morning bantha roll sausages and stuff like that.
Fresh bantha rolls.
Yeah. However you would like to start off, and when people start coming down.
Oh yeah, like the smell of fresh bantha rolls. Chaff very much, it gets up, stretches real big, and puts his hat on, and makes his way following his nose, like the ancient bird of some lost planet, to breakfast, and very much probably, I assume from the looks of it, sees Kier already helping himself to the food.
Kier's sitting in a chair. He's got his legs up, so he's knees up on a chair, and with balancing a plate that's just stacked high. eating as only someone with a 20-something-year-old metabolism can power down food in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Hey, Jeff, how's
Yeah.
spread this morning?"
I'm we'll wait for everyone to come down, but how's the ship sleeping on the ship, making it home? I guess. Feeling like home already?
I mean, you might say that. It's a little cozy, little cramped in some areas, but
Some ships are like that.
yeah, I mean, some of us got to sleep on top of one another, but aside from that, we're all good. We're making it happen.
Good, good, good. Well, I got some good news for you to make those dreams come true.
So
Uh,
Shiloh enters with like a steaming mug of space coffee, I guess. Uh I don't know what we drink for coffee. But they just kind of like slump down into the bench and pull out a flask and do a healthy pour into the coffee and then just kind of sit there quietly sipping and just sort of a mumble that might sound like good morning, but maybe not. Yeah.
Oh,
But,
good to see you, Shiloh. Anyway, yeah,
mm,
and he recognizes that Shiloh's just gonna be quiet, so he just kind
yeah.
of turns to everyone else.
Lenu was probably already down there and was already starting to like bicker with Snips.
I really could tie your announcement protocol into the speaker system and make it possible for you to be able to speak to everyone at once if you would just let me add a couple of things into.
No, I can do it myself. I can actually slice into it myself. I don't. No. You're not touching this hardware. You're not touching this software. No. This is custom stuff. This is
If you
custom.
would, if you would just let me help you.
Help me. I'm already perfect.
Yeah,
Well, there's always room for improvement.
you say that, but you truly ain't felt alive till Linu's had her fingers in your circuits.
I don't know how you would know that, Chaff. You have no circuits to have fingers in.
I'm trying to sell the service. Just go with it.
All Korean's like, and he just zooms away to another part of the hangar. It's like, oh, Snips, settle down. Rax was like, don't mind Snips. He's I've given him a few extra chores. Um, so I should probably start off with why you're noticing that Clicky isn't here.
Yeah, where's Clicky? I was a little worried when I got up this morning and didn't see him.
Well, I kind of
I-
had to send Clicky on a separate mission.
By
Um,
himself?
Yeah. He'll do fine. And it's kind of why we're having a discussion this morning and some good news I have for you. You see the Rhodian Syndicate or gang that we had a little issue with last time with Snips's recovery. Well, they've been doing a little issue, making a little trouble. So I had to send Snips to go mediate some stuff for them over in Mos Espa.
You
The
sent
Clickies in
If
Los
you had to
Espa
send Clicky and
negotiating?
Snips,
I'm sorry, Linu. What was that?
you had to send Clicky or Snips.
Oh, Clicky. Clicky is going to talk to the syndicate, or I should say, doing a little renegotiation with them.
Yeah,
aggressive
right.
negotiations.
You tracking that Clicky doesn't like negotiate, and on top of that, he needs supervision. That's what Kier's for. He supervises Clicky, so Clicky doesn't, kill entire towns.
No. Clicky has some very strict understanding. We had a really good chat about it in Jawaese, and he's not by himself. There is a little bit of supervision. He's partnering up with someone on Mos Espa.
I'm not sure
Well, look,
that
I trust him. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Oh yeah, he'll
I
be
mean,
fine. Yeah.
Clicky will be fine, but will Mos Espa be fine? That's the
Yeah,
problem.
that's really the kind of question that I'm worried about. There is the
It-
collateral
I
damage.
made arrangements to make sure that it is. So I'm confident that there's going to be no major trouble.
When I told Clicky no killing, he did set his blaster to stun and not kill
That
setting.
is very true. He did mention that. 'Cause he asked if he had to set it for stun or for lethal.
What'd you tell him?
Um, you don't want to know.
Okay.
No, I do believe we want to know what you told him.
I think
Told
for
him it
legal
needs to be on
liability,
stun until it doesn't.
I think for legal liability, it is better if we don't know from a plausible deniability standpoint.
Yeah,
Otherwise, we
well,
could be considered conspirators in any crimes that Clicky commits while he's on his job.
Oh, don't stop there. We could also be considered aiding and abetting when he comes back.
yeah, about that. You see, I've got a lead for some new jobs for you, as well as a relocation opportunity. So what I'm going to be doing is Snips and I are going to start taking some jobs in this particular part of the galaxy and Tatooine, and we're going to start branching out a little bit more. So I would really appreciate and really like if you take your franchise and I'm going to set you up on Darling Boda in Port Moore, and you're going to be able to take that portion of the entire galaxy is going to be all yours.
Is
Wait
that
a
a
minute, wait a
good
minute.
thing?
Oh yeah, because I've got you set
Is
up
it-
with someone too.
Like,
So are we
Chaz,
working like? Yeah, I'm confused now.
wait a minute. Ain't Port more a Shadowport?
Yeah, definitely a show. You were just there not too long ago. I was kind of
Right.
testing the waters to see if it grew on you or it grew on you.
What? I thought we were supposed to be like legitimate.
Oh, you are, but you can always base out of a Shadowport. There's nothing wrong with that.
Uh,
Taff is struggling to wait a minute, I thought the whole point of Shadowports was they were illegal. What's happening right now?
Necessarily, Shadowports are just ports. It's another port. Your home base is your ship. You just
No. Chaff in
Oh, yeah.
his mind. He's like, Shadowports are illegal places.
Hmm.
How are we legitimate in an illegal place?
There are many legitimate shadow ports across the universe. Quite a few of them are used for non-governmental trade in a legal manner.
Yep, that's right. So
So-
All right then.
There are also a lot of shadow ports used for smuggling and criminal operations. It really varies from shadow port to shadow port, much like how it varies from person to person.
that is correct.
I guess my question though is like, it sounds like we're going to be competing with you.
No.
No?
It's not competing. It's to ensure that we have maximum coverage in the galaxy. Because if we're all in the both same spots, we're going to be missing some opportunities in the other parts of the galaxy. And
Okay.
if we're leaving here to get to there, it's going to take time. But if you're already there, you're going to be able to get a lot of activities over there. Plus, reason why I got a lead of an entry, your foot in the door with the information broker and his information agent. That's top tier jobs.
The information broker? Are you serious?
Yeah, the information broker is you haven't heard about the information broker?
Oh no, I have. I just only in very quiet conversations.
No. See, the information broker is legit. I mean, he's knowledgeable about, yeah, he's got some shady stuff
Would-
at times, but he's got a lot of legit stuff and work with corporates too. So he's kind of he's got a lot of stuff in his hands and everything. And that's why he's got information agents all over the galaxy with jobs that pay really, really well. Legitimate.
So, player question
Yes.
would the information broker be something that is common knowledge, or it is something that is only common knowledge within specific social circles.
It's only common knowledge within certain social segments, like the
Okay.
underground or the underworld. Excuse me, underworld syndicates, and then it's like unless you're a top executive in a corporate, then you would know. But most
Okay.
people don't. Shaft would definitely have heard of the information broker. Shiloh too with whispers. Lena, with your information on certain stuff, you probably have heard a whisper or two of
She just spends a lot of time on like forums.
yeah. Oh yeah. So then, and you got into, you sliced into a network that would have talked, like syndicate network that would have talked about it. You have some information. So, and
I'm gonna because I have Underworld.
Yeah.
I want to roll to see if I've heard of him or if Clicky has sheltered me from knowing about this guy.
if anybody wants to roll their underworld for this, let me get the dice. It is going to be a relatively hard. It's going to be a hard roll with one red, but here's a scoop. I'm giving you a boost because of Raxel's conversation, talking about him in a positive and kind of informational way. The dice pool is set, so when anyone is ready. Oh yeah, Linu, you got it.
See if I remember
Holy
how this works.
Bless
That's
your
5
heart,
fails.
Kier. Bless
Five
your
fails
heart,
and
Kier.
five
I didn't know you could get that
advantages.
many. I didn't know
Kier
you could
got
get that many
Yahtzee.
fails. He got a double
Wow.
Yahtzee, actually. Yeah.
Shiloh, yeah,
Yahtzee!
you're not sure,
Yeah.
but you've
I-
heard the name.
Yeah.
Shaft. Actually, I'm kind of curious. Shaft, but give me a roll too, please.
I'm a little skittish about giving you a roll at this particular point in time.
Underworld?
Obviously, the
No,
RNG is
it's
shot to
fine.
me. Do it.
Kier already got the failure.
Okay.
I shouldn't have said it.
Like
So-
I'm sitting here with my measly 2 dice. And like then there's Linu with like all the dice on the planet.
Look, I sunk 5 dice into that pool. It was going. She's
So
on
yeah,
Wikipedia.
so
She's
Shaft,
not on Wisdompedia.
you heard a horror story about the information broker when someone didn't do their job right.
Oh, I believe that.
He's not as bad as the Huts. He's not as bad as the Huts. But it was definitely like, okay, it's something that is like when you get in, you're in, but you don't want to mess up too often. Because if you mess up your job, it's not like you're threatened. Your job availability disappears. So it's
You
not
mean
like
you disappear?
no. It's not necessarily that you disappear. It's like you've heard of a company, like if a company got in with the information broker and started doing legit jobs, screwed up like 2 or 3 times, and that corporation went bankrupt within a month, and no one was able to get a job after that because he would just send out and everyone just refused to work with him, and it crumbled. Well, the information broker has that much power. The Imperial Empire fears him and does not know who he is. So, Lino, yeah, you've heard they have top-notch legal and illegal stuff. And you've heard that the information broker also elicits mercenaries and bounty hunters for jobs. So it is literally when someone like about 40% of the known jobs in the galaxy somehow go through the information broker at one point or another. Like when the Huts want to do something, they maybe go to him to get information on their target. So he has this knowledge of everything, and his hands are in a lot of stuff. And to get legit jobs they pay very, very well. So Rax was like, yeah, I got a foot in the door for the information broker's agent, and it's based out of Port Moore. So, but you gotta before we can introduce that door, you gotta do one thing.
How did I know that was going to come out of your mouth?
Yeah. You kind of gotta be nice to Bliss. You left
Oh,
Bliss with a little bad taste in the mouth. Not
Wait,
saying it's your
who
fault, but you gotta smooth things over with Bliss.
I thought I was nice to Bliss. Did
Oh, like I
I
said,
do
most
that
of you
wrong?
were. But something just kind of broke a rule in Bliss's place, and you need to make it right.
That was me. Sorry. I
It's
think that
okay,
was
Kieran.
me.
He's
Yeah.
not angry. They're not angry with you. It's just that you need to make amends, so to speak. And it's not going to be anything painful.
Okay.
I would like to
mm,
point out my immediate questioning of the fact that you needed to state that it wasn't going to be painful.
She did take a liking to you, Chaff. And
No,
Kieran.
she did not. No, she did not. No, sir. Thank you very much.
Well, that might be true.
I thought B seemed like they no C B. Which one is
It's
it?
C.
I thought C seemed like they liked you a lot. They seemed
They
very
did.
polite, and I believe they
They
offered us a drink.
they in fact did, and that is the. Let's just say the mind is willing, but the body is not.
The mind is
wait,
part of the body.
the mind is willing. Wait, so,
Wait, no. Hmm?
nothing.
Two types of people.
But so
Right. So when do we leave? As he
Well-
stuffs another biscuit into his mouth.
So what we'll make an arrangement, but there's more. There's more. So
Oh,
it's more. I made it funny right there. But um,
Uh-huh.
hey, Toledo.
fucking Chap just like looks at Lenu like, don't do that.
Raxel's like, all right, so I've got to go pick up some medical supplies, and there's a planet just by Arlen Boda, just right next to it that I need to make a delivery to. So in about a week after you get to Port Mall, I'm gonna be there to pick you up, or so to speak, to meet you, and we can go do this run together because I need a little bit of extra personnel. It might be a little hairy, so the more people I have with me will make the person I've worked with I've had some good experiences with, and I've some bad experiences with, and I just want to show a little bit of presence, so there's no issues that kind of go. It's a local pirates, so there shouldn't be too much problem.
Oh, pirates. That's fine. I'm sure it's fine. It's probably fine, right?
I mean, last time I saw her, she shot me, but
That's fine.
but
Avery
this
was
is
a
making
pirate,
amends. So they need some medical supplies, so I'm making a delivery to them.
All right. Sounds pretty easy. Simple enough.
But that,
Uh,
like, after you get to Portmore, I should be arriving a few days after, and then we can take that. But here's the best part. If it works out, I got this map to a hut vault, a unknown treasure vault of one of ancient huts on the planet. But once we're done with that medical jump, we're gonna do some treasure hunting.
You have a treasure map.
Kinda, it's a map of where to find the hut's secret vault.
So, in case you didn't know, like when a hut's buried, they bury him with piles and piles of credits and a
Mhm.
lot of wealth and whatnot, right? Something about taking it to the afterlife or something along them lines. But I mean, they're dead and gone. And I mean, all that's just kind of sitting there for the taking. I'm
What
just
about the
saying.
traps?
Just he does like the whole like shh thing to lean you though. Like, don't worry, we got ways around that. But
Yep.
that is a mighty fine way to pad the old account, if you catch my drift.
So, like I said, I've thrown a lot at you, but so in essence, your franchise is relocating to a wonderful spot at Portmore, where you're going to have the opportunity of a lifetime to potentially get your foot in the door. After we get a small little medical job, we're going to get doing some treasure hunting. Then you're going to come back, and that treasure hunting is going to open that door to get into with the information broker. And once we do that, you guys are going to be set really well in that part of the galaxy. And I'm going to come back after that back here, and I'm going to start doing my lot of stuff over on this side. Legit businesses. And then click
I mean,
the
Here's
old
taking notes.
Yep.
Here's taking notes on a data pad, and it's like listing it out like a flight prep log of like A to B to C to D to E, and he's like, okay.
And Clicky should
Okay.
meet us in Portmore after he gets done with his side gig.
Question.
Yeah.
Because this is legit. This is a player question because
Yep.
Kurt doesn't
Mhm.
remember, right? Where is Portmore?
Portmore is in Darling Boda, which is located by Bespin and Hoth area and
Right,
things
that's
of
what-
that nature. So it's that
That's right,
part
okay.
of it's in the southern western part of the galaxy, while right now being in Tattoo is on like the western southern, or excuse me, the eastern part. It's just like on the other side of the galaxy.
Gotcha. I'm making little map notes, and I'm like, okay, we are here. We are going here.
So in
Have you, Raxel, have you mapped out the competition we'll be encountering in the area?
why
Perhaps any
yes.
competition we'll need to undercut and or push out of the market.
Well, so this is the beauty part of it. There isn't any competition in right now in that area. That's why we're getting in first. There's just a little bit of there really isn't much the competition at all. We're getting in. You're setting up, and you're going to be able to get a lot of stuff in that area. That's why you did. That's why I had
Follow-up
you do
question.
that run. Yes.
Follow-up question.
Yes.
Why is there no competition in a Shadowport?
Right. That was gonna be my question indeed. Why is there no what Lenu said? Why
Most
is there
people
no
here,
competition?
most of the people on the Shadowports are just relaxing and getting their ships redone. They're not doing a lot of that business, but they need someone to go get when they need parts and things like that. They need a better shipment because the shipping and handling is just atrocious. It takes sometimes weeks or months to get something when it really should only take like, a few days, maybe a week. But like I said, if we establish you can be able to go out and get that and come back, no problem.
So really, what you're saying is there's a logistics problem, and we're gonna be glorified delivery people, right? So we're doing like delivery runs and that
Part
kind of
of it.
stuff.
There's going to be opportunities for that. Yeah.
I mean,
Alright.
that sounds pretty peaceful and much better than the shooting up of the syndicate in Mos Espa, or the pirates, or the treasure map, or the grave robbing, or the other various things that we might end up doing.
It's up to you if you
Hello.
want to do more. I'm
Yeah.
not stopping you if you want to do some
Hello.
more, stuff.
Just think about how wonderful your skin's gonna glow once we get off this dirt ball.
I would love to leave Tatooine in its virtual dust.
Should we have a
And-
uniform?
And also, there's a blushing.
I'm not wearing a uniform.
No. There are no uniforms required.
Okay.
I made
Okay,
that
so
really
Lena is like
clear when we started.
visibly disappointed at the fact that she has to pick out clothes.
You want a
Right.
uniform?
So Raxel, I do have one question.
Oh,
one
yeah.
kind of all right. Do you already have a docking bay assigned or set up for us, or is this gonna be we're gonna have to rent until we can secure our own?
Yeah. You're going to have to park in the open parking
Yeah.
for a time being until you make it right with bliss. Then you're going to be able to park. You're going to have your dedicated um, uh,
All right. If you're all right, well, if this job for Bliss makes it to where we've got a dedicated berth for the ship, then I mean that in itself is a good thing. Always having
that's
someplace
kind
to
of part
park
of the
is
negotiations that I've been able to do with Bliss and set forth it. And once we get that treasure done, that's like I said, once we get that mission done, that's gonna open the door to this information broker.
I mean, how mad could Bliss be, really?
Well, they're not that mad. They're I should they just want to make sure you understand the rules and the way to atone for your previous mistake as a group and yeah, just they're making you they're making you do it for joy.
Right. Yeah.
Here, what did you do?
Um, there was a card game, a Sabat game, and I think I tried to cheat, and I didn't do a
That
good job.
wasn't the issue.
That's what they seem to get really mad about.
Didn't you shoot someone?
I didn't shoot anybody.
no, no, no. They pulled their blasters. I gave them an option to put them away. They chose not to, and so I stunned the two of them. And I think at that point in time, like it was like it's that whole like flashback to where like Chaff like straight up like going against the wind kind of thing, like pulled his massive blaster, fired off the shot, put it back down, and then sat down.
Mhm.
And like in his mind, here is standing next to him with like stars in his eyes, like, holy shit, this dude's cool. And like Chaff's like, "Finley."
Draft
Yeah,
shot
I thought-
first.
Chap, I thought Mixed Bliss was very clear that we were not meant to use weapons inside of the Joyful Bliss.
That is correct, but it was either them or us, and I stunned him. I didn't kill him, so I took the lesser of two evils.
I feel like there
Okay,
was a
well,
better
God,
resolution.
I feel great. It's not about me cheating then.
But
No.
Yeah, gosh, Chaff.
Like Chaff's like,
I think that you cheating still had something to do with it.
Well, but that's not. It doesn't sound like that's why we have to do this job. I mean, I'm happy to do the job because like we're a team, and the captain always leads from the front. So it's all
Aye,
good.
aye, Captain.
anyway, all right, we'll make it right with Blitz. Why are you doing that?
Oh, by the way, and with one of Raxel's hand, he kind of swings over and grabs a data pad off of one of the shelves close by, flips it to Linu. You'll probably want to take a look at what Portmore has, and kind of gives you the schematics and informational process of what Portmore is and like what's happening there. And unfortunately, the picture I wanted to show you is that that Portmore is put into 3 different controls. You have the hut controlled section of Portmore, which is kind of the northeast section and kind of comes all the way down. Eventually, you're going to see a map of this, but I'm just kind of explaining it a little bit. It kind of comes down. The hut owns a casino hotel. It's one of the major luxuries that kind of come in, and a lot of people come in and place bets and visit for relaxation here. The purpose for Portmore is that there's these mud pits all around the north on the top and the north of it, and to the east and west. And these muds are for rejuvenation, for clinics, for spas. They help with rejuvenation, but they're also for ceramics. So there is a shipbuilding process where this mud is transformed in ceramics that is put into building ships. and it's one of the best mud processing. The hut owns the mud processing. The syndicate, which is pretty much on the left side of, or the western side of Portmore, the syndicate controls the delivery and the exporting of the mud to the ships. So it's kind of a balance of the hut does not, this particular hut does not control everything, and the syndicate controls some. So it's a balance of who's in control. One's the mud, one's the delivery, and it's kind of a balance. The third part, which is the lower half, like half of it and the side, and all of the right loading, like all the landing pads, is under this control, the spaceport, and that is the BRC. That is the Business Representation Council. It is made up of businesses in Portmore, and they control that area. And basically, the businesses of ship building, ship refining, markets. There's a whole bunch of traders and businesses for to getting goods and stuff like that. So it's a three system. Now, in the business area, there is a constable and his deputies that basically that provides law in Portmore. The huts have their own security, but the constable pretty much controls does actions in all of Portmore, but it's kind of a interesting step. The syndicate also have their personal security, but again, Portmore's constable and a few of his deputies, make sure that things go well in that control. The interesting thing about Portmore too is you'd be surprised that it sounds like there should be a lot more thefts and raid, people getting killed left and right, things. Not really. Crime is actually quite low in Portmore. And the reason is the no nonsense constable and the rule that if you have a grievance, you take it to the arena, which is in the center. The arena has gladiator fights on a regular basis, promotions, but it also is where people settle their.
I'm gonna admit that is a little bit distressing, knowing that if somebody has any particular grudge against anyone, they have to call them out to an arena.
And it has to go through, it's not like, oh, you're bad, let's go to the arena. There's a process of legitimate investigation. And if there's enough evidence, you can either get put in jail, get shipped off, or if you want to have the grievance to find out who's going to compensate the other person, you have it out in the arena. Most of the time, the arena is non-lethal, but there has been a few deaths.
A few.
Very few.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I suppose it's not that much different than the lawlessness of Tatooine.
It sounds like it might actually be quite
Tatooine's at
different
least
with a low
got
crime rate.
marshals. I mean, I'm just saying, Tatooine's at least got a marshal or two.
One or two. So this place has one, so it's not that far off.
The data seems to indicate that the constable does not operate alone, but runs a team. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah, he's got a few deputies. He wears makeshift Mandalorian armor sometimes. He's a Mandalorian.
Oh,
That's
I'm
one of
going
the
to
other
ask
reasons why the
but
constable isn't fucked with.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, did they have good like ship facilities?
Oh
I think
yeah,
that's
there's your ship repairs.
what I'm gonna try to
Oh
focus
yeah,
on.
ship repairs, modifications, and stuff like that. Oh yeah, they've it's a good
Okay,
spot.
okay, good. All right.
the data
Okay.
pad here indicates there are actually quite good connections. The problem is that, well, it seems like because everything is run through these incredibly monopolist businesses that everyone is charging whatever prices they want with no competition whatsoever to help them drive their prices down. In a free market, it's a very common issue.
So that's good for us.
It certainly can be leveraged to our benefit.
Yeah, we can charge more if we're like the only service around for getting stuff shipped faster too, right? Like that's what it sounds like the big opportunity here is.
We can charge at a high enough rate to subsidize our costs while still charging below what the other offers are in order to properly compete in the market and be able to sustain ourselves. There is a danger of charging too low as well. People see.
Well, I
it
mean,
as
I've always said that like speed costs, right? And we're gonna go fast, and if we get stuff there like a lot faster than everybody else, one, I'm up for that. Two, that sounds like that's a way we can make a lot of credits.
I mean, I'm
Well,
about it.
with all of that being said, and the fact that it's not Tatooine, when do we leave?
Uh, probably within the next day if it kind of goes. One thing I would like everyone to do. I need a perception check
Ooh, perception.
from everyone about Raxel. I'm
Okay.
giving you a boost.
Are the
too.
dice set?
The dice are set, yes.
Boop.
Shiloh,
Oh.
yeah, you are just
Yeah.
not. You're worrying about other things because you're just happy to get off of here.
I'm dreaming of not being on Tatooine.
Here and Lean,
No failure, no negatives.
no negatives. Here and Linu, you're gonna notice something, and it's gonna stress you out a little bit. Chaff, you don't pick this up, but you're gonna pick up what Linu and Kier kind of pick up, and you're gonna be more on that. Okay, be a little bit more aware and kind of have a little bit more idea. And that is that you're figuring that Raxel's maybe forgetting to share some pertinent information about why you have to leave and why Clicky's not here.
So is there anything else we're supposed to know? Because like I'm actually a little worried Clicky's not with us, just because
Clicky will be right. He just had to
we're
get
tight.
I know, and he's sorry that he had to leave, but he had to get out of the area. So I said,
Well, I thought you said he had to go do a job, but now you're saying he had to get out of the area.
well,
Is there
I
something?
gave him a job to get out of the area.
Did Clicky kill someone when we weren't looking?
Oh, he already killed someone.
So we're fleeing a murder as well, in which we might be considered complicit because we are Clicky's allies.
Well, I've gotten a little information that there might be an Imperial ISB agent looking into the
Right. Time to go. All right, pack your shit. Let's go. Let's go. Time to go. Like Chaff quite literally stands up, scoops
Chaff.
an arm underneath Shiloh, and stands him up. Like, let's go.
Chav,
The
hold on.
Body
Where
is
is
willing,
the-
and so is the mind.
Where is the identifying information for this ISB agent so that we can keep an eye out?
well, so in the Imperials have a small, presence in Mashuda. And well, there's this and he's struggling a little bit because he's not sure how much he wants to share with you. And just kind of
Look,
like
So it could be a great detriment to us if we don't know who we're looking out for. For example, someone could be standing at that bar across the room and could be the ISB agent with a listening device that can pick up our conversation from 20 feet away. And we could be saying something that could put Clicky's life or our own at risk.
They can
It
do
would
that.
be helpful. Well, of course, the technology's been around for decades. It would be helpful to actually know, at the very least, who we should be looking out for.
okay. So there is this Imperial agent He's a chiss, so he's got some blue skin and some red eyes. Named Chadis Fergo. And he's kind of investigating the break-in and murder. They're definitely calling it a break-in, and they thought that maybe the Rhodians were involved with it. And so actually Cookie's putting some evidence to make sure that the Rhodians syndicate is blamed for the robbery and murder of the junk dealer.
Right. And so let me get this straight. We got an ISB agent that is after Clicky and in turn after us that goes by
Well,
the
they
name
don't
of
know yet. They do not know that it was you. I can guarantee that. They're still investigating. Leads
And
right now
most
indicate the
evidence,
Rhodian.
most evidence indicates it was not us. In fact,
Yeah. Which I have to admit,
Right.
that was pretty good on your part.
Right, but one thing I've definitely learned over a very short career is never underestimate a Chad. So like I kind of feel like we need to get the hell up out of here.
Yeah.
Tonight when it gets dark, I would, yep, go ahead. Yeah.
Uh, I'm gonna make sure we're all stocked up. And any special requests for all the delicious desert food?
Well, you know what I want on board. So
Rocket
as long
Wrap.
as, yeah,
I will get
Here,
all the rocket wraps I can find.
you know they've got a Toshi station at Port Moore.
well, yeah, it's civilized, right? Of
Yep.
course they got a Tashi station.
And they got the rocket wraps there.
Great. We'll get some for the road or for the spaceway.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
yeah. So Lena, we'll make sure the ships is good to go as we can, and Charlotte, you're gonna get some stock on board, and I guess we're gonna get out of here as soon as we can.
yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go hit the bank. So I'm gonna clear out all our accounts, get it in hard currency, and get it on the ship.
That might be unwise. Clearing out your bank account following the occurrence of a crime, even if you were innocent, can be highly suspicious. It is actually better to open up a new account in the same bank and just say that you're moving or something like that. Don't clear it out into hard cash. In other words, it will look like we're fleeing.
We are.
No, logistically, we're not fleeing. We are taking an opportunity on another planet in a different section of the galaxy where there is not someone looking into a situation that we may or may not have been involved in.
Listen, I give it about 2 days before they connect us to Clicky. And if the ISB agent is looking for Clicky or anything associated with that, it's just a quick keystroke away from locking out all our accounts. I'd rather have it all in hard currency just in case.
Wait, I have an idea. What if we put it into the LLC's account?
You want to give Raxel back all the money we got paid?
No. We're formed into our own franchise corporation, which should have its own separate account away from Raxel and is legally protected from the actions of private individuals who may or may not be involved, with the exception of cases like embezzling.
Yeah. I knew you had a smart one in the crew.
Like Chaff is quite literally blinking. He understood everything that you just said, but at the same time, in the back of his mind, it's just going, but the Empire.
Right.
Like that's just what it keeps coming, but the Empire.
They- they're
Lenu just watches a lot of true crime.
Yeah, right. She's got the True Crime channel on lock.
Shiloh whispers very quietly to Chaff, if you're getting your money, get mine too.
Yeah. Chef's gonna clear out his account, and I guess he's gonna clear out Shiloh's account. If y'all want to leave y'all stuff there, you go right ahead. I'm about to put my stock in rocket wraps. Let's go.
Oh no, buying stock can actually be locked out as quickly as can bank accounts. You probably shouldn't be taking the money out to invest in stocks.
We're gonna have to work on sarcasm on this little journey. I think that will definitely qualify as the next block of instructions on interaction with fellow humanoids.
Had
So
you?
I think they're gonna, if they're looking into it and they're trying to figure out like who knows Clicky and stuff, well, they're gonna know me because Clicky and I, like, we're old crewmates and stuff. So
Yeah.
I guess I should just get my money.
No, actually, hang on. I have an
I don't
idea.
even remember how much I have left. I think I sunk a lot of it into the ship.
I have.
Most of the, like I said, money wise, it's up to you and how much you actually have physically versus bank wise. So it's kind of, you're gonna have access to it no matter where you are in the galaxy.
I feel like Kier probably almost always has either put most of his money into the ship, as the group does, keeps most of it liquid, and has that like 8.23 credits in the bank, just enough to like keep it open and not get a fee or whatever, like just in case he needs it. But he's not really a good financial planner.
While they're doing that, I am going to take advantage of us still being here on Tatooine,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna know a guy, and
Okay.
I am going to
Nice.
do something. While they're doing that, I'm gonna utilize my black market contacts talent,
Okay.
Ooh.
Now,
and
you
I
know a
will.
guy, is that your talent or is that black
No,
market?
that's just black market contacts is its own thing.
Okay.
Knowing a guy is it's just a thing that my entrepreneur has.
So it's
Um,
it's one of your talents, as because there's two I know guys. There's, you can use a
yeah.
anyone can spend a light side point for know a guy, or if it's because your character has that talent that says I know a guy.
No. I'm using the I know a guy, air quotes. What I mean is my black market contacts.
Okay, got it, got it. Okay,
And I'm going to I can reduce the rarity of illegal goods by
hmm
50% um per rank in this.
hmm
And I am going to get some false IDs made. They don't have to be super great, but they basically just have to be able to pass a cursory inspection. They wouldn't hold up to anything big,
okay.
but with the idea that there's ISB agents lurking about, the idea of like Chaff just wants to make sure that we have some sort of fake IDs just in case if more stormtroopers start showing up and we've got to show IDs and stuff like that. We can stuff that'll probably get past them.
But I need a skullduggery roll to find out where you're going to be able to get them. It
I
might
will
take a
have one.
little bit of time.
I have nothing in skullduggery, apparently. I am a crap
What?
entrepreneur. Well, I got some threats, but I did it.
Yeah, yeah, you did. So yeah,
Take
you
that,
followed. You
RNG.
know exactly where you were supposed to go, and it's someplace in Mos. So Mos Espa. There's a sanctuary in Mos Espa with
Mhm.
Madam Peta, Peta, and she has a contact. And yeah, there's the back door. You were able to get. It's get in as a rush job. It's going to cost you about 1,000 credits.
Let's see. I have how many credits do I actually have? It's going to cost 1,000.
Yeah.
Okay, I will front the 1,000 credits to
Okay.
do that. It
And it's
will
going to
leave
take
me
2 days.
damn near.
2 days to get that. You're gonna have
But we need it before we
Wait a
leave,
minute.
and we're leaving tomorrow.
It's gonna take him 2 days to get the info because he's got to get the chips, the IDs, and get your photos put on.
Is there any way that he would like? There's not a way to forward it. There's
Could get him to
Yeah,
Raxel.
providing providing a forwarding address with an alias
Yeah, I
is
know,
a real good way
right?
to connect that alias.
It kind of defeats the purpose. Like, I kind of like, isn't there anything you have just laying around that you can do a quick name change on?
No, not really. Not these guys. That's where the threat came in. Yeah, that's why it's going to take 2 days for that.
That's the name
You
change
can
everything
Snips
quick.
can always pick them up and then bring them when you meet up with them again.
Yeah.
That might be best. Or we can wait and
Yeah.
try and get them on Port Moors.
We're not gonna be able to get them on Port Moors.
Oh.
But we're not. Well, I mean, well, you don't want to get a fake ID on a place where you're currently staying. You want to get it from another location. All right. Well, I guess then that means that we'll have to get them. Oof, okay, we'll have to get them. We'll have to have them delivered, brought to us through Snips.
Snips and Raxel when they arrive in about a week, they'll bring them. Because you're going to be flying, so it's going to probably be like a few days after you arrive that they'll be there.
Oh, is it going to take us a little while to get
It's going to
there?
take you 15 days to get there, and then once you're there, it's going to be between 5 and 7 days when Raxel arrives.
Right.
Now, in that meantime, you have a class 2 hyperdrive. One of these days, you could always get it to a class 1, upgrade a little bit. And Arlene Boda has it has 3 shadow ports. They're all known for different things, including ship modifications, including the illegal ship modifications. Not at Port Moore, but at one of the other shadow ports that specializes in ship modifications.
Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Hundo percento, because 100%.
so while you are getting your last minute things, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back with the last part of this particular episode. Stay tuned, everyone. We will be right back. Thank you so much. Welcome back, everyone. We are back. Thank you for sticking around. We are playing a little Star Wars Edge of the Empire, Shadowport Adventures, Luck of the Draw. And the crew have just left Tatooine on their way to Port Moore for more adventure. This 15-day trip, as they're flying, what could happen?
Well,
What
don't
does
say
happen?
that.
What
We
does
don't
happen?
need. Why are you going to put that
Absolutely
evil on
nothing.
us? Why
Everyone
are you going to
was
put that evil on
comfortable
us,
for-
Ricky Bobby? Why are you going to do that to us?
Because I'm a GM.
It's gonna
Ah,
push me into getting astrogation points.
So,
right?
your trip is relatively uneventful. Is there anything you want to do, talk about, or just, on your trip there? Like, what is your goals for being in Port Moore? What is your feeling on Clicky?
Uh,
What is your feeling on Rax and Snips?
Ah.
I think
I-
Snips is maybe a little arrogant. It seems to think that it has no room for improvement, and everyone's got room for improvement. It's just easier with droids because you can just install the upgrade.
Well, don't you think if somebody suggested you needed improvement, you might find that a little rude?
No, I have lots of room for improvement.
Um, okay, well, but I don't think most people think of themselves that way.
Well, they're wrong.
Well, you're probably right about that. I think most people need a lot more improvement than they're prepared to do. They just don't tend to like it being suggested. And,
That's silly.
yes, it's yeah. As a doctor, I have to tell people all the time to do things that they don't want to do. They argue a lot, even when it's in their own best interest. But that's what people are like. Uh, guess droids are kind of like that too. Uh,
But why would someone not wish to improve? For
well,
example, I would like to become a better mechanic. I would like to be better at slicing. I would like to be able to one day build my own droid from the ground up so that if I am in danger, it can just put me into a little chassis that can hold me safe and to be able to shoot without me having to do anything. Right? That is what we call room for improvement.
well, yeah, I suppose that would be an improvement. I wouldn't mind if you could build me one of those as well. Uh, but I don't think most people want to improve. It's not logical. You're a lot more logical and reasonable than most humanoids are. Uh, uh, I don't know a lot of Polis Mossens, um, but more if more of your people are like that, it's probably a good thing. Um, the rest of us, it's not a common trait.
Well, like any humanoid, we are as varied as the colors in the sky.
Uh, well, I apologize for making assumptions,
But
but
no, there is no apology. You said you had not met many Polis Mossens.
well, that's true. I apologize for my ignorance. I guess
There's nothing to apologize for ignorance. Everyone is ignorant until they are not.
just proved your point. I could use some improvement.
So,
Chaff kind of walks past them at this point, right, with like a little view screen and a couple of rocket wraps, and like heads up to the cockpit, hands Kier a rocket wrap, sits in the co-pilot seat, and then sets, because we're in I imagine we're in hyperspace.
Mhm.
The view screen showing like the pod races on Malastair happening right now.
Yep.
Be like, they're getting real deep back there.
Yeah. Do you have any credits on this on the race?
No, not on this one, but I'm betting See the guy right there who's running the 2 spot? I'm betting he's
Mhm.
holding back because they're only on the heats right now. I'm gonna put some credits on that guy. You want to bet?
Yeah. Okay.
Like and that like Chaff like swings the chair around to like the comm station, and he's just like, "Doo, doo, doo. Can't work the comm station, but I can place a bet. Let's go."
One additional thing, Shiloh, that Raxel put in the data pad for Alinu is that they have 2 hospitals. So
Oh,
one particular hospital is it's a upscale, it's connected to the casino. It's got, anybody's sick, it's got a good, ward and more or less an upscale hospital.
okay.
Then in the uh, BRC area, there is a clinic that's kind of managing that helps out individuals when they can and things of that nature. And you've been given the contact name and information for that clinic if they need any help or things of that nature. There might be um, they might need some stuff that eventually you might be able to help them out with potentially. So
Oh,
as a contact.
I could actually go back to legitimate work. Uh, not that this isn't legitimate, of course. Um, just it could do more.
Would you need to form a new identity with new credentials, or could you use the identity you already have?
I don't know if it'd be a good idea to use the identity that I already have. I'm not exactly welcome in if there's any kind of imperial check. Um, so I might need to get a new identity, but I mean that's all right. I don't mind a new name.
If it's a
Uh,
charitable clinic, it might not have many background checks beyond confirming that your papers are what they say they are.
True, but uh, well, I don't really have my papers anymore. Uh, they were kind of confiscated. That's why I couldn't really get away from that syndicate boss that I was working for. Also, I do kind of, you know, would probably I'd probably need to somehow prove that I have a medical uh, degree and training.
Do you
That
have a medical degree in training?
yes, I have a medical degree and training. Uh, uh, I just don't have it on me. Well, the medical degree, obviously, I have the training on me or in me or however you want to say it. Um, but along with all of along with everything else, when I bled, that's all gone.
There's
The,
syndicate presence at Port Moores. Perhaps there is a way that we could buy that information back from the person who held it hostage, or we could even coordinate a recovery of your stolen information.
oh, that that's possible.
Well, I don't know if it's possible, but maybe.
Well, at least I feel like as long as I'm not on Tatooine, we can actually like look into that, and it might actually work. Uh, um, I'm sure. I'm sure we can figure out something. Uh, this actually, this whole move is giving me a lot of. I don't want to say hope because that doesn't feel very comfortable anymore, um, but at least a little bit of a glimmer.
believe I read somewhere that hope is the deepest human tragedy.
Oh, sorry, player question. Did you say hope is as deep as human tragedy?
I didn't, but that's
Yeah.
raw as
Oh.
fuck. I said hope is the
Oh.
deepest human tragedy, but
Oh.
hope is as deep as human tragedy is great. I'll take that.
That's why I was like, damn. Ooh, that's some dark shit
That's
right
raw.
From a Paul Lawson, yeah.
there. Woo.
Come on, you gotta make that turn. Look out for the go. Come on.
Left.
Come on. Watch it. You gotta you kick in your second jet.
I swear. I swore.
15 days of back and forth, betting, conversation, things of that nature, goals to do in Portmore. You arrive in Portmore without incident. You got through there, no problem. As you come in, the Portmore spaceport contacts you, and they basically say, "Yep." They acknowledge they hit your transponder. They're like, "Okay, yep, you're going to be able to dock on the free plane, which is basically the southern part of which you can't see on the map, but the southern part of the city is literally this open. It kind of the plateau just opens up, and it's just flat Earth, and it can hold up to probably 30 different ships of various sizes, transport ships, large Silhouette 5 ships to Silhouette 2, all, and they park there for free, and then they kind of walk in. And there are ships that need repairs. There's some offices and stuff like that in the area. So you can kind of go and check in and get shipped. And customs agent, there's a custom agent building in there if you have anything to declare or things of that nature. Sometimes there isn't so much of a customs inspection, but if you have if there's something that your ship has maybe done that in this particular port or any of the other ports, since they share the information, they might do an inspection or request a customs information based off of how bad you are. But again, if you have if your rep is high enough, they won't touch you.
Is Kier's rep high enough?
No, your guys' rep is not high enough at all. You're new. So basically when you get there, you're just gonna have to turn in like, hey, you're here, and then your knowledge and information, and that's it. Since you're not on any lists or anything, like you haven't done anything majorly bad, you're just like, you get in, you just provide the information, and you are available to go and do anything in the city. And again, it's like your ID and stuff, like, because the constable needs to know who's, like I said, if you make trouble, then they got a way to track you. But if you don't want to be tracked, since it's a Southport, you don't have to. It's one of those things where it provides maybe the information here, little information there. They find out who provides, who doesn't provide, and then just kind of sit back and watch. It's pretty, like I said, it's a Shadowport, so you can be as quiet as you want to be, or as public as you want. Completely up to you.
I feel like our first order of business needs to be having Chaff make nice with Bliss.
That is very much what Chaff goes and does.
Does everyone join Chaff to go to Joyful Bliss? But as you
I'll
go
go.
into
Someone has to
Lenu
keep him out of
will.
trouble.
But as you kind of come in, again, you recognize the doors. It kind of the metal doors kind of open, and you've seen the bar before. Been here as I put it up in Roll20. You walk in and there's tables around. There's a big square bar that's kind of in there. There's videos all over the place to watch the different games. You know that the first door as you walk in way over is a conference room, and then there's a door that stairs that go up several rooms upstairs for various of activities. And as you kind of come in, the door is kind of open, and you see Bliss, the very large 6'4", strong, muscular, tight tank top. It's got a different purple paint kind of running down one side, very long earrings, balding man, very handsome, very good looking, and is talking to a customer and just being all cheery. And in that conversation, as you can see, what do you do when you first walk in?
I'm gonna smack Chaff on the ass actually and say, "All right, go get him, Tiger."
Chaff just like,
Do you want me to make your cape flow?
no, I don't want you to make my boat billow.
It's all about the entrance, right? Should we go back and do it again?
I swear, sometimes I think you were raised by rancors. Anyway,
No, I was raised by Polis Nossos.
and Chaff just saunters on up to the bar.
As you start sauntering, like after this conversation, just as you turn to go towards the bar, Bliss is just at the bar looking at you with his hand right here, just waiting like hello. Clear that he heard the part of the conversation and kind of moves over. Welcome back, gentlemen, ladies, and everyone else. I'd say it's a pleasure to see you again. Some of you at least. Is there something I can do for you?
Listen, we were informed by Raxel that we needed to, quote unquote, make things right, apparently, to ensure that we have further commerce in here at Portmore.
You are smart. Yes. That would be a good gesture.
So I take it you got a job for us of some kind?
I do. I very much do. Everyone willing to participate?
We're
It'll go faster.
very willing. All of us are willing, body and mind.
Oh, dear, dear, dear. I miss you, Shiloh. I missed you so much. Oh. So,
What's the job?
oh, follow me. And he looks over at one of his. You got this, honey. You're going to I'll be right back. And there's a back door. And he goes through the
Always
back door.
is.
And
Sure it does.
watching everyone, he gets through the back door and, opens the door, holds the door as everyone kind of, she's like, where's that little one? Did you get rid of him?
No.
Oh no, we
Clicky.
never get rid of Clicky. No. He's fine. He's doing something else, and he's going to meet us here.
I mean,
Yes.
he was fun. I liked him. I'm
He's
glad he's not
a
A
gone.
lovely person.
Oh, he is. He is.
Yeah.
So, are you ready for your job?
I don't know. Do we need to make any preparations?
Oh, I'll have some preparations for you. Definitely. As he kind of looks over and on the wall, and there's a small shelf in the back on the wall of aprons, gloves, and masks. So you see that back area, and there's like dumpster and a whole bunch of other. He's like, I need you to clean the dumpster.
I'm sorry, clean dumpster?
Yeah, so the water hose and the clean and get in, and yeah, the there was some bantha poo that was that was dropped in there too, and some whole bunch of other stuff. It just it's got clogged. So I need you to clean it up.
Lena
Real quick.
immediately starts like Googling YouTube videos essentially of how to clean a dumpster.
Mhm.
Real quick, just to we're only gonna find trash in there, not any remains. Is that correct?
I'm pretty sure that's all you're going to be there.
Right.
So the purpose of this, if I am interpreting correctly, is to humiliate Chaff, right?
Not to humiliate, just a little bit of manual labor to help me out, and bygones are bygones.
But the humiliation is a bonus, right?
Yeah,
I wouldn't call this humiliation.
Chaff 100% dons the apron, puts the mask on, and very much has the whole, well, I'm glad that this is all that they wanted done. All right, moving on. Let's go.
There's nothing humiliating about manual labor. Sanitation engineers are one of the cornerstones of modern society.
Uh-huh. Oh God. All right.
And for the next
Lenu's like still looking up videos and like feeling in the corner for like a glove.
for the next 3 hours, you are cleaning out pipes and dumpster of just all gaudy hair. I mean, it's just sewer systems and everything else. And it's very much that there's been some backups in this area, and they needed somebody to. And yeah, you wash it out, chemical it out, and after about a good 3 hours, you get it. It looks great. Awesome job. And no rolls necessary. Yeah, it just takes time. It's it's what's his name? What's a good popular this dirty job guy. It literally is just a dirty job. Micro. Yeah, it's just a dirty job.
Yeah.
And as you get through the job and everything gets done and everything else, and you put you are told that you shower up, rinse off, everything else is good. And when you get back into the cantina, Bliss has drinks and food waiting for you on the table.
Oh, I actually need to wash my hands.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
It was no problem. Thank you.
And Lena will just go to the bathroom, go wash her hands, and like wash all the way up to the elbows.
Oh yeah, all the scrubbing.
And Bliss is just all happy to see you. It's just like, thank you. And is generally thankful that you did the work that no one wants to do. And it was part of the business. So yeah. So what are your plans now that you're here? I understand Rax was on his way too. But before that, what you gonna do in town? Just sightsee? Get lay of the land?
I'm gonna take a shower for 5 hours, and then after that, something else probably. I think we're setting up shop here.
That's what I understand too. Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, we're gonna have to find a good place for do we need an office? Maybe we need an office or a place
might
we can
need
like
one,
meet with people.
Might have something available for you. But
you do?
Maybe. We might have some assistance in that. So we'll wait for Raxel but yeah.
I mean, you mentioned sightseeing. Are there sights to see?
Well, there's the jungles. There's some stuff in the jungles that you might want to go visit and see. Some beautiful landscapes. Other than that, there's a few other ports around, that you might want to, or just like see the market. I mean, we've got a beautiful bazaar, a market from stuff from all over, and you might, there's a lot of the casino. I'm sorry, Lenu, what was that?
I've never been to a jungle. That might be interesting.
It's just kind of exciting to have the possibility of seeing something that's, not a sand dune.
And the thing that go ahead, sorry.
Are there tours in the jungle or guides
You
in
can-
a safe tour? Something that is.
Well, you could rent a guide to help you get through the jungle in certain areas that you need, and there's animals to be able to take you through in some of the areas. But there's also jungle in some areas are safer than others in the jungle.
Well, I do believe our first priority now that we are here and set up, for lack of a better term. Well, we need to set up. We need to establish our our storefront, if you will.
Um,
So you're looking
Yeah,
for
people got to know where to get a hold of us, right? If they have jobs.
well, there's
Right?
as he looks over at as they look over at the board right there. If you need to post something, jobs are being posted right there. And me being the central location of commas in this particular area, a lot of people look for jobs when they come in and looking for help from people.
You have paper.
But of course,
Linu is gonna make the little like posters with the little like snip bottoms with the phone numbers on it. Linu is gonna hand draw a poster with a very badly designed ship on it that's got the ship name, and just, if you need help, call today, and just put like our contact information on the little strips at the bottom and pin it to the wall.
Is that all it says? If you need help today.
Call today.
Today.
nice.
leave us wide open for anything.
It's
All
about
right.
taking the plot hooks.
Right? Yeah.
Um,
What? You're
so
gonna make the GM think that we like him.
So over the for levity's sake,
Yeah.
for the next week, is there anything specific you're kind of looking at doing? Because it's getting the lay of the land in the area, going, okay, figuring out what the bazaar is, what's there, not getting yourself into trouble, but it's like it's gonna just, you've spent a very little amount of time here before, but now that you're looking at how to set up an office, what's available, you're taking that time. And right now there's no offices.
Linu really does want to try and convince everyone to go on an afternoon like jungle tour for like 3 hours.
Yeah, you can take a jungle tour for 3 hours if you want.
Shiloh would totally go on a jungle tour.
Okay.
Like
Here in Shaft.
No, Chaff does not. Chaff very much goes around town. He kind of he does the whole, I don't know, this is something that Kurt does that's kind of, I guess you could say, kind of weird, but he goes and he quite literally goes down to the shopping center, walks in, looks at the various shops, right? Very much does the whole window shopping, but he's more or less trying to get an actual lay of the land of what's here, what's not here.
You're
Kind of
looking
stuff.
You're looking for the other job information, figuring out who's the syndicate, where the syndicate stuff is, where the, based off of the data as well, like who's who,
Also
things like that.
Also looking here and there, for some possible sound investments.
Yep. Oh yeah. So that's going to take you a good week to do that.
I think it's Kira will go on a jungle cruise. That sounds fun.
Okay.
But I think he's also gonna legitimately try to find the right spot to have a place we would meet people, and maybe that's like a booth here.
Mhm.
Maybe that's like a little hole in the wall near the starport where we don't have to bring people to the ship to meet them.
Yep.
Like I want that to be after a deal is done. I don't really want people near the ship until we're working with them or they're paying us. So I think he's going to be trying to find something like that. Just and that could be here. I mean, that could be.
There's probably a location you're going to be
to-
able to, in that week, you're going to find a small location, a temporary small location for that. Now, the thing to remember,
just someplace.
Yeah, it's humid at times. It's rainy. It's kind of wet. The ground isn't hard. It's like hard stone. So the water, there's rain. When the rain comes down, it rains hard. But it's pushed off and goes off the plateau. So there's puddles here and there at times. During the warmer season, it does get a little bit more humid, but it doesn't get. It gets more like mid U.S. humid at times. Fall. It doesn't get in. It doesn't get your Georgia southern heat. Or nothing like that.
Not
Or
like where Chaff's from.
yeah, or Thailand hot, humid. It doesn't get that in this particular area, and that's why and that's for whatever reason the climate. That's it. Mud is so well because the temperature doesn't change too much, but it's enough that it's around. So in the course of the week, you get, like I said, things happen. You get lay of the land, and you get to communicate that Raxel's on his way, and that he's going to be there by day 5 night, and so that he's going to leave by day 6, and need your help to get to that medical drop on day 6.
Okay.
So, yeah, so we'll have. Interesting if there's anything like you story wise that you want to share with me later on, like you did something like that. You found a little booth that you're going to be able to not necessarily rent out, but be able to make contact with people. So you find those areas, you understand like where things are in Portmore with the data and everything else. So later on, I'll be able to share with you all the good stuff.
Awesome.
So then we move on to when Raxel arrives, and Raxel gives you a communicate that he's on his way, and he's gonna meet him at Bliss, or at Joyful Bliss, late evening on the 5th day, and starting to get late, and here Raxel comes in. He's all happy, sees Bliss, and it's like all happy. He gives big hugs. They're a little groping each other too. So he pops up his butt a little bit. And he's like, "Oh!" Takes his 2 hands, like, hands off the merchandise. Hands off the merchandise. And then turns over to the group and sits down, and Strings is like, yeah, friends. How's everything going?
It's going all right. I believe you are transporting something for me.
Yes, we have. And he kind of slides over a small pouch that has 5 IDs in it.
I pull them out and like quite literally just start handing them out.
And there's one for
all the
Clicky,
name.
too.
Yeah, all the names 100% are just anagrams for your current name.
Yep,
that's it. It was a rush job, but Shiloh's does say doctor.
Oh, yay!
Nice.
Thank you.
So it's like, I'm sorry that I'm being a little hasty on this, but probably have to leave very soon to be able to get over. It's going to take a few hours to get to the planet. But the big question is, are we going to take your ship or are we going to take mine?
Well, what's your ship like?
It's a little cramped.
Is it
maybe-
more cramped than our ship? Because our ship, I like
well,
our ship a lot. I don't think
let's
it's
just
that
say
cramped, really.
the cargo, it's got a big cargo bay, but it's kind of full right now. So
should we take
this
ship?
hang on,
Is
this is the
dangerous?
this is the medical supply run that we have to help them on.
And you know that there's like only three handable crates in the medical supply. So it's not a lot of cargo at all. Just 3 crates.
Okay. I'm with you guys. Whatever.
It's kind of up to you. I don't mind flying, but it's Snip's got the ship ready, but he can get the transport of the stuff over to you, no problem.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should take our ship.
I think we should take our ship. Yeah, because we know our ship, or we got to know our ship.
Exactly. Like I said, no issues whatsoever. Like I said, I'm happy to take happy to be in your ship, and like I said, Snips will bring the crates over, so no problem. Maybe if we can leave by if 3 a.m. is a good time to leave, so we got to be there by morning, and it's going to take about a 6 hour flight.
Okay. Do you want me to check the medical supplies, make sure everything's what it's supposed to be?
If you want, but it should be. I did a quick survey, but oh God, please, that would be great.
Never hurts to just know.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
later that evening, like I said, about an hour later, it's just bringing the stuff over. You guys get to your ship. Maxwell's there.
Yeah.
Kind of get up and take your time to be able. Even though it's late, you could probably go to sleep now, and then just take a little bit longer to get there. And then, like I said, it's shorter. Snips can even fly
Yeah.
for if you want while you sleep.
What?
No. Snips is not flying the ship.
Yeah, I didn't think Kier would let that happen.
No.
Is Kier gonna put it on autopilot while you sleep?
How long of a trip is it?
It's a 6-hour trip.
Do I need to sleep?
It's up to you. You'll be tired when you get there.
That's what rocket wraps are for.
Okay.
Rocket wraps and a calf stem. I'm good. Let's
Okay.
I
go.
was gonna say, do the rocket wraps have caffeine in them?
They got everything. That's why they're like a miracle food. All I know is I'm ready to go in every way possible and imaginable after like a couple rocket
I do
wraps.
have a stim pack.
Yeah.
I don't know why I have a stim pack.
Everyone gets a stim pack.
Yeah, I
And
have
certainly for
several
wounds.
actually.
As you check the medical supplies, they're good medical supplies. There's a whole bunch of some like small little bacta fluids to stim packs to inoculates to. I mean, it's a high grade medical supplies. Yeah, it's good.
So it's legit shit, and
complete legit.
Yeah, and is there anything kind of out of the usual that like shouldn't be something? Okay.
It's all good medical supplies. And it's definitely that's far. And Rax is time shares that he's meeting a pirate captain that he's had encounters with her before. And like I said, she's good. And you're going to a planet not too far away. It's a desert planet called Mataru. It's Mataou. It's a former Hutt planet. Before like many millennia ago, before they were, there's a lot of Hutts that were here at one time before they went to Nar Shaddaa, and that's where the temple, like the vault is. He's got coordinates in the vault. That's why he's kind of coordinating that the pirates meet him there, get the medical supplies, and then on the a distance away from the drop off on the other side of the continent is where this information he has of this old ancient Hutt vault. And and it's Plakto, the Hutt is what you're going to be going to see. That's where the information, the ancient Hutt vault is. But the pirate person that is it's a pirate queen. She's not a queen, but she's a captain, and it's her name is Quilu, and I will put it in chat. But it's Queeluu, and she's a little notorious. I mean, she's got a little bit known. I mean, she's a kind of a smaller gangster pirate. Nothing too bad, but Raxel's had a run in with her. good and bad.
Too bad.
So,
What is her species?
she is a human.
Human. Okay.
Human. She is human. So as you fly, yes, go ahead.
I'll say anytime we're coming in contact with pirates, and
Mhm.
and this would have been true with Ivory, but so maybe like this happened and everything was okay. Like
Mhm.
here's always low key checking to see if there's any connection to his youth.
Yes.
His youth.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever there's
No,
pirates.
this person was not. This person had no
Like where they've run, where they've
Yep.
been. I mean, he doesn't know a lot, but you know, he can eliminate people faster than he can figure out if it's them.
Yeah.
So,
Actually, Shiloh, it is a female Rhodian. All right, it's a female Rhodian,
Okay.
not human.
Good.
So female
Okay.
Rhodian.
Cool.
But yeah, no, that there's not really known, no connections back
Okay.
to Kir or anything like that. And
cool.
Rax is kind of like he's comfortable, like there's no problem. It's just a straight deal. She knows deals. So, like I said, I've already informed her. We'll straight deal for credits. I'm also paying you a portion of this, so don't worry. But we're just gonna drop the things off. We're gonna get the credits, and we're gonna leave. There should be no issues whatsoever. If they start anything, that's what, like I said, the amount of people they won't try anything.
So Raxel, these medical supplies are going to the pirates?
Yeah, they're purchasing the medical. They need some medical supplies. So through a backdoor communications, I'm providing them, and then they're gonna some credits.
I'd like to do some research in my data pad to see if we can get like pictures of what they currently look like.
Okay, see if there's any wanted
Like
posters or anything like that.
Yeah, but mostly just to have a reference, because pirates are known to cutthroat other pirates.
Yep.
Just to make sure what they look like, what her crew usually looks like, like first mate type thing.
Dice will said it's gonna be a hard check, but go ahead.
All right, what are we calling this roll?
I would go underground or streetwise.
Underworld or let's go underworld because I have more dice. Not a failure, technically.
No. So based off the information you're able to find out here, there's no warrants, so to I mean, there's a small amount. This is a very low.
It's my focus is less on finding out if they have warrants and literally finding out what their faces look like.
Yeah,
so
you find a face.
We know.
You find a face of the Rhodian. Yep, you find a face of the
warrants
Rhodian.
are fine, but
And
we
then
know they're pirates.
That's
We know
kind of maybe the lieutenant, but that's about it. But yeah, you found a face. Oh, a female Rhodian.
Yeah.
Oh, as you're flying, and you get there, you're flying in, you land. Oh, whoa. Hello?
I can still
Yeah, we
see
got
you, but I can see that we're not on the cameras on OBS.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had a technical. Oh, there we go. Technical error. Sorry about that. Slight technical error on the GM's
That's all
part.
right.
But
We can edit that out.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Hey, I hit the wrong button. Sorry, the lights went out. I was
And-
trying to get the sound on. Sorry. I was trying to
Glad
get the
I
audio
wasn't in
a
surgery.
I got a new playlist. I was just trying to hook it up. Sorry.
So as you flying, Raxel's like, they're all good. So we're good on this. And the sun, as you're coming in, the sun is, like I said, is there. It's morning time. The sun, right? All sand again. Kind of land down, and Raxel's, looking for some help to bring these 3 crates out. And he walks about 50 yards away from the ship, just to kind of give a little bit of a leeway to the ship. And he's just standing there waiting. Where is everyone else positioning themselves?
I'm probably going with Raxel,
Mhm.
and with the supplies. like I just like I'm a little uneasy about giving medical supplies to pirates, and I'm just like, I just need to assuage my own conscience
Okay.
and make sure that they're not awful people who are stealing things
Okay.
from good people. Anyway, yeah.
Here,
And is this like a drop off? Is it, or like how, or we have to go somewhere? Is
so
it
you
like
go to the
getting it
you
out of the
fly to
ship?
the planet. You're at a particular
Yeah.
location, and that he takes the supplies off the ship, walks about 50 yards away from the ship, maybe 50 feet away from the ship. Sorry, and he's just waiting there. And this is the rendezvous point that they're coming. So
Oh, I'm in the pilot seat.
Okay.
I'm ready to like either hop us out of there or light somebody up or like whatever I got to
Okay.
do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm over with Raxel, I
Okay.
think, because I think Chaff would like this could be a potential future client, so he wants to have the faces known kind of thing.
Mhm. And you want kind of that presence too to be able to help.
Mhm.
What about Linu?
Lena will have taken the time to make sure to familiarize the faces she found with other people so that she's not the only one that knows it. I think she'll just be doing some tinkering on the ship, just making sure, like, if we ran into any rocks on the way, make sure scuff out the little scrapes and scratches. The ship's going to stay shiny.
Okay. Are you inside or outside then? Outside.
Outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So after about a half hour, you see in the distance 4 silhouettes that are moving towards you on speeder bikes. And they're kind of going. I'm gonna need perception check from everyone. And
Everyone.
this is gonna be a difficult perception check.
What
Listen,
if we use the force?
All perception checks are difficult for me. So like
Do you want to use a light side?
side.
I will
I think,
100%.
I think
You know what?
we have 6 light side points. I feel
I'm gonna
like
totally use a light
we
side
should.
point.
I feel like some of us with higher perception scores overall.
So each
Yeah.
person who's going to use you've got up to 4 light sides. How many light sides are you going to use?
I'm gonna use one of them.
Okay. Who else is going to use a light side?
I don't think I need to.
Okay.
I'm okay. I got a yellow and 2 greens, so it's not bad.
I'm
Linu?
using one.
Okay, Kira's using one.
I'll use a light side.
Okay, so that's 3 people that are going to use light sides. All right. With
Okay.
that being said, Shiloh, don't roll yet. I
Okay.
want everyone else to roll their light side first, and then Shiloh, I need to change because I'm already upgrading. Let me adjust the upgrade, and then you're going to roll. So
Okay.
everyone roll their perception check, please.
Oh, here, honey.
Okay.
Boy, good thing I spent that light side.
Goodness, bless your
Shiloh,
heart.
please roll your light side, your perception check now.
Perception. Okay.
Wow.
Hey, that's
Triumph.
what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Oh,
We're gonna get to all that, especially the that in a second. Okay. So as the speeder bikes kind of come up and they get a good 50 feet away, 50, 60 feet away. And you see some Weebla, Spikies, they're very, very pirates. And you see the woman pirate, Rodian, get off her bike, kind of saunter up towards Raxel, and Raxel kind of moves up towards her too. And again, there's 3 thugs sitting on the bikes, and then Raxel meets this female Rodian, which the picture, exact same picture. So it's the same Rodian female. And Raxel's like, Yulu, you looking as lovely as ever. It's good to see you. And the pirate says, let the wise talk. You have the supplies. And she takes a bite out of a Maluran fruit. And she's kind of package. She kind of starts taking one out of her satchel and starts eating it. Yes. It's all here. Like I said, it's all here. She kind of moves up towards the crate. and she kind of wants to look into it. Raxel kind of opens it up to kind of give her his eyes. It kind of looks inside, looks back at Raxel's like he's got the deal. And she turns to her thugs and asks one of them to come over and pick up the medical. She kind of holds a bag out and kind of you can hear some credits kind of go ching, ching, and she kind of tosses them. She's like, Raxel, you've increased your crew a little bit here. I hope they don't end up like the last droids. Now. Raxel's like, no. That is in the past. I'm here to do business only. I gave you the cargo. You pay me. It's all good.
Oh, I haven't heard this story. What happened to the last droids? Raxel, did you
Raxel's kind of
leave us?
It's okay. It's our last dealing a few years ago. I had some droids with me, and there was a small misunderstanding. Nothing to worry about. But now, like I said, and the pirate woman is like, yes, here we go. And like I said, she throws the bag of the credits, and Raxel smiles, and he's like, he gestures, a gesture of goodwill would be maybe parting with one of those Marloon fruits. Never had a Marloon fruit lately, and they taste really, really good, and they are my favorite. And it's been a while. Would you for good? And the queen's looking at him for a pause for a second. Goes into her bag, pulls out this.
Help him. Help convince her to give him the Mylaroon fruit.
I would like to make a charm roll.
Okay. What are you trying to do? Are you saying something?
Well, it's one of the few things that Chaff is good at, and that's being charming. He's just gonna kind of like lean. He's gonna lean over, kind of let his shirt pull down just a little bit, right? And be like, I don't think I've ever tasted Marlene fruit before, and I sure would like my first to come from you.
Well, so you've got an interesting crew here. I'll give you a boost for saying that. And but yeah, the dice pool set. So let's see how convincing you are.
Oh,
Oh,
an opportunity.
That's what
for
that's
us.
what it is. There you
There
go,
we go.
Chaff.
So he's like, just kind of like, all right. And she's got the one Marloon fruit in her hand, and she gives it to Raxel. She kind of goes back into her satchel, and it comes up empty. And it's like, now, I guess I owe you a Marloon fruit because I am currently all out. But I like that. Let's say I owe you one of those Marloon fruits that we can maybe settle up at another time. You're up
You
for
can
it.
always find me at Port Moore.
That's good to
for
know.
Any business you may need handled.
Yeah. All right. At this point, I am Shiloh and
Yes.
Shaft. And here you kind of see this a little bit, but not. It's gonna be. You're gonna
I
notice
think I
something.
found that wiring that's messed up.
Yeah, you did.
Hang on a second. I gotta fix the console. Hang on.
Yep. Shaft,
Hearing
Shaft and
that
Shiloh
from here.
in the distance on a mountainside, like plateau. You see a light, like blink, like a shiny, like reflective light, white light, as if you're seeing a reflection off glass.
Um,
About a good kilometer extreme range away.
I'm going to move up next to Chaff and just kind of under my breath say, flash a light on the mountainside. Looks like a lens.
I instinctively, reactively grab Quilu and Shiloh, pull Quilu over the crate and down to the ground, and grab Shiloh and pull him down to the ground and immediately duck down behind the crates.
So as you grab so as suddenly things are like, what? You're grabbing down and you go down. Shiloh, that triumph. What else of a perception do you? I've got an idea, but is there something else that you want? What are you looking for noticing what's going on? Is there something you want with that?
Yes, Shiloh. What are you
Here,
doing?
I'm going to be telling you something right now. So,
Yeah, I'll go with whatever you've got. I can't think of anything right offhand that I want from it. Yeah.
So I'm gonna I'll save this in a moment, but as Shaft jumps at Spring Shiloh and jumps on the pirate going down, the other pirates are kind of like all of a sudden reacting a little bit. And I'm going to say since it was such a surprise, you're going to be able to bring her down, no problem. And Shiloh, as you drop down to the ground, you look up. And as you're seeing Raxel taking a bite of the Marloon fruit, it explodes and his head is blown off.
What?
And that is where we're going to end the episode.
Raxel,
Ruh-roh.
no!
Raxel's head
Ruh-roh.
just blew off.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Lena, this visor you gave me to be able to like check out the circuitry works pretty good.
Here, no. As you look up, you're kind of looking through the window and you suddenly see there's something promotion going on, and you see over in the you see something that's shiny and there's a whole bunch of like glittering on this mountainside. You swear you see a ship coming in, like there's somebody over there on this mountainside. You
With
swear
lights
you
there?
heard a noise, like you swear you heard a noise ripple over the visor,
Uh-oh.
and that is where we're going to end our episode. Thank you, everyone,
Cliffhanger.
for joining us.
What? Ah!
Well, we will be back again as we find out what the heck just happened, as one of our main characters is now gone, and the group, we did it. Thank you, everyone. Let's go around and where can we find you? I think I've traumatized my players. Kurt, how are you doing right now? And what are you hoping for? And where can we find you?
I thought there would be a shot. I didn't think that Raxel would lose his head.
Right.
That's okay, but I'm thankful that Shiloh was there and that they were able to tell me that, because I had noticed it. I had a success and advantage. I noticed it, but I needed that little extra oomph to be able to like get both Shiloh down, myself down, as well as our new pirate queen lady down as well, right?
Yeah.
As the space love as the space love triangle begins by taking fire. So
No
there's
bond
that.
quite like a trauma bond.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Right. Right. They're hard, they're fast, and you never know how they're gonna end up. But yeah, no, this was awesome. This is great. It's great to be back with the crew. It really is.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kurt. Adam, how are you doing? And where can we
Hi.
find you? Are you okay?
Well, I'm a little in shock. That was very much not expected. Holy shit. Like, yeah, still reeling a little bit.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Adam. Emily, how are you? And where can we find you?
I'm doing all right. I was not expecting Raxel to get assassinated this soon.
Right?
I'm wondering if it's the real Raxel. I'm hoping he had a body double.
He's being cloned like Palpatine.
Oh my
Sorry,
God.
spoiler
Spoilers.
alert.
Like I said, it's you could there's gonna be an investigation part, maybe part of the act 2 of what happened to Raxel, you know? But yeah, well, we'll
Whew.
have to investigate that. But thank you, Emily. Bill, how are you doing?
I'm great because I was, basically I figured with a fail and a despair on perception. Kier was like, "Oh man, I accidentally turned the lights off. I gotta try to fix this while we're waiting." And was just like under the boards fiddling with stuff. And Linu gave him a cool like VR set that he could use to like better look at the gears. And yeah. So I think when he came up and he was like, "Oh, I wonder how things are going," it was just like,
Yeah,
and,
what that despair I'm gonna say is that when you came, you heard the commotion, you look up and you see in the distance there is a person, Shiloh and Kier, there is a person on that ridge. You're gonna have different information of who that
Excellent.
is, of what you see. The despair is
That's
one.
the best.
Shiloh has another version. So it's counted to, yeah.
That'll be fun.
Awesome. Hi everyone. I am Jay, also known as Neopet here on the socials. Again, not sure when we're going to be seeing this. Probably later in the year. Check out our vlogs. We also have a YouTube channel. Check out our YouTube channel. So everything that we do goes there, and there are also all our wonderful playlists, all our seasons, things of that nature. So again, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. We like that you are here. Please, if you like and subscribe, help us out. Otherwise, enjoy. And we always like to end all of our streams when I say, please be kind. Don't be a jerk. Enjoy. See ya.
Bye.
Do, 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 do.